Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lavella, and we are continuing our Let's Play on the Phantom SMP. Last time we were here, we were working on the storage room. And the storage room basically belongs to Phantom. It's materials that are used to do server builds, like for Spawn or the Town Hall or whatever. So, as you can see, all the chests have been moved. So now we all need to harass Phantom to get the interior done on the Great Hall. So the puppies aren't just sitting in here all by themselves. They're so sad. So let me show you how the storage room looks now. Still haven't spoken to Phantom about the scaffolding. Still not a fan. But anyway, here's so somebody can jump in bed real quick if needed. You dump donations here. We sort into server storage. Server storage, Phantom approval required for access. So in other words, just because it's for a community build doesn't give somebody automatic permission to come in here and just help themselves. That's not how this works. So anyway, storage has been set up. Everything's been moved. We have extra storage back here. These are all empty. And as you can see, I did take out the trim, and I think it looks better. I really liked the way it looked. And had it been a larger room with larger sections, maybe it would have been okay to leave it. But considering all the detail we already have, and knowing we were bringing in all these chests with all this little detail and stuff with it, I just felt it was going to be too much. And in my opinion, I was right. But when you are doing a build, it is most definitely one of those situations where you can say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Because, you know, other people could say, no, you should have left it, or no, you should have used this, or should have used that. And chances are, every single one of them, as different as their opinions are, we're each probably right in saying so. Because we all have our own opinions, our own perspectives, our own ideas of what looks good to us. And that's the beauty of being a unique individual. We're allowed to have those opinions, and we are designed to think for ourselves and have our own tastes. So it is a good, very, very good. Let's go in here and sleep. Bed. Pretty sure Devious is online, but I think he's AFK in the Nether. I've been able to sleep pretty easily. Yeah. Pretty sure he had to work today, so. Okay, we have done a little bit of touring. Let's go get Princess. And I was using my skill to just jump. Oh my gosh. Am I still going to have to do it? Okay. But the other day, it's been a week, I guess. Excuse me. I came to get Princess, and I swear, I sat there and tried to jump those gates for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I got so frustrated. I was just like, and I just took my axe and I just whack. And of course I put it right back. But, oh my gosh, I was just so annoyed. And it had nothing to do with anything except my inability to jump. Ignore this mess. Phantom is working on the gardens around the town hall. And he has a bit. I guess you could call it a chess monster, but it's quite organized. As you can see, he has blocks sitting out indicating what is where. So it's not completely a mess. It's kind of a mess, but it's an organized mess. If you haven't been watching his streams, you're really missing out. The only reason I feel okay showing this off is because it's already been shown on streams multiple times. Why are these? Are those supposed to be? Oh, they're supposed to be out to go under the lanterns. Got it. Okay. But the you can watch this on stream and see how beautiful it is, and I can show it to you in my video, and you can see how beautiful it is. But seeing it in person is a whole other thing. It's just it's just so beautiful. He really has an eye. It's just, yeah, it's just beautiful. Of course, I'm a sucker for formal gardens anyway. And I'm a sucker for flowers. So, is this where we were just, where we were? Oh. Did the wedding area get moved? Oh wait, I'm going the other way. I guess we don't have the wedding area anymore. We just had a wedding on the server. I guess he converted it back to formal gardens now that the wedding's over. I'm a little sad about that, but yeah, this is just these trees. So pretty. This is just so pretty. And he put the lichen on here for just a touch of texture. He's just so talented. And I'm not just saying that because this is his server. I'm saying that because I love it. I absolutely love it. And the thing is, I talk about, well, it's hard for me to remember which episode, which series I'm working on and what's been uploaded and what hasn't. But in the past, I have talked about being simple, things being simple so many times. And you look at this as a whole, and a lot of people might be intimidated by it. And they might think, oh my gosh, there's no way I could do all that. But the thing is, you break it down bit by bit. Now see, this intimidates me. I have tried to do custom trees. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. And I really am not comfortable doing custom trees. I try and I try and I try and I keep trying. And one of these days, I'll get it right. This kind of a custom tree, it's not one of my better. It's not a forte for me. Let's just put it that way. This I could do. This I could do. Because it's more structured and it has more of a pattern to it. This is what I would consider organic. And I don't know if it's just something in my brain flips closed at the concept of organic or what. But that is something that not in my comfort zone. But it's absolutely beautiful, and I would love to be able to do that someday. And someday I will be able to do it, because I'm just going to keep trying and keep failing and keep trying and keep failing, and eventually I'll get it right. Excuse me. That's how you learn. You got to mess it up 5,000 times, and then one day you just go, oh, okay, I got it now. I got it now. And once you got it, you're good. You got it. But as gorgeous as all this is, for those of you out there who say, oh, I'm not a good builder, I'm not a good landscaper, there's no way I could do that, just look at it piece by piece, okay? It's like you go out to eat with your family or your friends or whomever, and you order a big fat juicy steak. And I know there's vegans out there and blah blah blah. Just go with me, okay? It's an example. You don't pick up the whole steak and shove it in your mouth. You would choke. You cut off a piece and you eat it one bite at a time. That's it. That's the key. And that's what this is. He came in and he did these trees. Okay? Trees are very simple. They're beautiful. But it's a very simple design. It's a pattern. They're all the same. Okay, Princess, you know what? I know you're not going to stay here. You're going to run away, and I'm going to have to chase you down later, but it's a very simple design. It's not organic. It's not complicated. What I consider complicated. You could do this. It's fence posts and leaves in a pattern. And then you take the next bite and you have the trap doors. And the next bite, you have the leaves on top of the podzol. You see what I'm saying? And then the next, you get all that put in, and then you come back, and the next bite are the little wall sections. And the next bite's putting in these little flowers. And you don't look at it as a whole and go, oh my gosh, that's too much. There's no way I could do that. One bite at a time. One piece at a time, one step at a time, one block at a time. I want people to understand they can build. It's a matter of what you're comfortable doing and what you're willing to try. But you can do it. And it may not look like this, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. You build for you. You don't build for other people. Anyway, lesson over, rant over. I want to go in here. Today's going to be a bit of a story time. I want to show off some of my own writings. I don't remember if we've been in here or not. That April Fools. That wasn't me. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so this story, I hope I haven't done this already in a video. I don't think I have. This story is just one I came up with because EvoFin is a member of the server, and it was his first day on the server. And I was pretty new, like really new, and I had told Phantom and Eskimo Diamond, and I'm like, look, I'm allergic to redstone. Don't let me near redstone. Redstone breaks. All I have to do is walk by it, and it breaks somehow. No matter, I don't care how simple you think it is. I just seem to have this thing about me that just repels redstone. So, anyway, once upon a time, there was a lady who had retired to a new world. Her name was Lavella, formerly known as Ivy, but that's another story. When my name in Twitch, and on my YouTube channel actually, used to be, I started out as Lavella, then at some point I changed it to Liv Plays Games, but the L was lowercase. And Phantom, when I was in his stream chat, he called me Ivy instead of Liv because he saw it as an I, and he transposed the V and the Y. And, I mean, when you're streaming, you're doing 5,000 things at the same time. Anyway, so he called me Ivy, and I just like, whatever. It's not that big a deal because 99% of the streamers that I ever watch, they all call me Ivy for the same reason. So eventually I changed my name so that it was easier to see. It's Lavella, and still most of them get it wrong. So, but it's kind of a strange spelling, and it's fine. Anyway, let me get back to the story. So her name was Lavella, formerly known as Ivy, but that's another story. Lady Lavella was greeted personally by the world-famous Mayor Phantomlimb520 and his beautiful and exotic assistant Eskimo Diamond. I have since been corrected that Phantom is not a mayor. He's a gentle overlord. They escorted Lady Lavella through the city, showing her all the wonderful delights, causing her heart to fill with joy, anticipation, and awe. However, cue dark music, dun dun dun. When they arrived in the industrial district, Lady Lavella's heart, and I closed it, began to hammer painfully in her chest. Her breath caught in her throat, threatening to choke her. She was forced to interrupt kind-hearted assistant Eskimo. I'm so sorry I can't be here. I'm extremely allergic to redstone. If I come near redstone technology, it becomes broken. Both the beloved mayor and his assistant, being kind and gracious souls, tried to reassure Lady Lavella that all would be well. As days progressed, Lady Lavella was able to meet more of the illustrious citizens. It quickly became apparent that this community often helped each other joyfully. Lady Lavella wanted to become a part of this sharing of time, helping her new beloved friends. One day she awoke and found a gift in her basement from the mayor himself. It was a gift of soul sand so she could begin her own netherwart farm. Knowing the mayor needed large amounts of this netherwart to aid with community projects, Lady Lavella traversed the nether and forced herself to go into the dreaded industrial district. Cue dark music. Dun dun dun. Her heart threatened to break out of her chest as her pulse beat faster than time could measure. But she was determined to be brave. Remembering the words of encouragement she had received, she found her way to the netherwart farm. Cue softer dark music in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Slowly she approached while wiping sweat from her brow. She hydrated. She ate a cookie. She breathed. Not willing to risk damaging the technology, she decided to farm the netherwart naturally. Halfway through the first section, she looked up and saw cue pulse racing music. A creeper sitting in the netherwart. Dun dun dun. No, 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 go away, she screamed, and ran toward the entrance. She stumbled over her own clumsy feet and saw the vile creeper in pursuit. Okay, you get it. More crazy music here. I'm tired of telling you each time. She pulled herself to her feet and managed to get just outside the entrance of the farm. The entire world froze as the creeper got caught in the minecart. Oh my gosh, I didn't break it. Everything really is going to be kablooey. No. Perfect time for a cough, right? Dramatic long no as from Star Wars. No! The vile horde creeper had exploded, destroying the intricate redstone technology. Wiping the tears from her face. Okay, maybe some slow, sad music here, thanks. She gathered the broken pieces and attempted to repair the damage, knowing her skill was completely insufficient. From behind her came a deep, rich voice. I found the portal, he exclaimed. Lady Lavella turned to the beautiful sound and discovered Sir Knight Evo. She had been saved. All the world knew that he was a master at technology. Sir Evo, being compassionate as he is, gallantly stepped forward and repaired the redstone technology. Lady Lavella blew her nose on her dress and wiped her eyes with her dirty sleeve and smiled at Sir Evo from her heart with deep gratitude. And they all lived happily ever after, as long as she stays away from the industrial district. Note, the first people to welcome Lady Lavella to this world was Bonky and Volker. That was omitted in an attempt to keep the story to point. There will be more about them in future episodes. So anyway, that was the first story I wrote. And so yeah, basically, I don't know why. And it's not every single time, but just all too often. Every time, I keep saying every time. It's not actually every time, but more often than not, when I try to use somebody's redstone, somehow I break it. It's not intentional. I swear it's not intentional, but it's like I just repel it. We talked about in one of the episodes I was showing you the little house by the bakery, and this is the journal of Eliza. Today we begin our journey. My dear husband Bertrand and myself, Elizabeth, are leaving our home of over 40 seasons. Our son Thomas has built a beautiful bakery in a growing village to entice us to join him there. I have been baking for Lady Lavella since I was able to climb up onto a stool and reach the work table. It broke my heart to leave her behind, but she sent word she would be following. Her time as a lady has constrained her far too long. She aches for adventure and mischief. Bert and I were able to build our new home next to Thomas's bakery. Our luck seems to be growing tenfold, as I have heard rumor a wood mill will be built close to us as well. Bert loves to work with wood. It calls to him in a way I cannot understand. We hope the mill will bring him steady employment. We have the means to retire, but we have worked all of our lives. When my hands are gnarled and too weak to knead bread, then I will retire, perhaps. This next entry is after many a 10-day has passed. Lady Lavella, or Liv, as she insists on being named now, came to visit bearing gifts. I have cows for milk, chickens for eggs, bees for honey, wheat for flour, and vegetables to make a hearty beef stew. I must say Liv barely resembles the lady I knew. She has calluses on her hands, a frayed hem on her dress, and leaves in her hair. The light shines from her eyes and her smile. Her new home in the wild jungle seems to suit her much better. We sat outside around the fire each evening during her stay, and listened as she told us about so many wonderful people she has met in this new land. Some time has passed since my last entry. Bert and I have been so busy settling in, the time has just flown. The mill has not been built yet, but Bert stays busy. I fear Liv has infected him with her sense of adventure. He is often traveling through the fierce nether to Liv's home. He stays for many days at a time, helping her plan and build a village of her own. I miss the old gas bag when he is away, and I worry. However, I keep myself busy tending my gardens and baking to my heart's content. A few neighbors have dropped by from time to time. I lure them in with my tasty stew, honey mead, and sweet cakes. In return, they sit at the fire with me and tell of their adventures. I have to admit, the desire to adventure is growing in me as well. Perhaps I will join Bert on his next trip to the jungle. Perhaps. 10 days have passed since my last entry. Bert seduced me into imbibing in too much honey mead in order to get my agreement to join him to visit Liv. He seduced me in other ways as well. We may be old, but we are not beneath the dirt quite yet. My Bert was kind and considerate as always. We traveled slowly so that I could keep up. He is more fit than I, and his legs cover ground quickly. I saw the vile beast from the nether, but I was a safe distance away. Most of our travels were through tunnels so grand you would think dwarfs built them. Liv is living underground like a mole. Granted, it is quite pretty with all the wood, but I worry as she seems to be in no hurry to have a real house of her own. She has a pet panda named Jolly. It is fat and playful. I sneak him bits of bamboo when she isn't looking. I fear the poor thing has been struck in the head as a cub. He spends his day rolling all over the floor. The excitement in the voices of Bert and Liv as they explain the dream of the new village is contagious. I am certain that I will be returning many times with Bert. The old rascal is calling to me. The stars are bright, the night air is cool. He has that look in his eye. Tonight is a night to feel young again. Something about the jungle has awakened a wildness in the man I haven't seen in many moons. I must close this journal as I have filled the pages, and Bert grows impatient. Heavens above, he is swinging from a vine. I must distract the old fool before he hurts himself. Elizabeth. So, anyway, that's basically the lore behind Lavella, my character in the game, coming to this world, and the lore behind... Wow, talk about timing. The lore behind the build that I showed you. Let's see. I had these are the Observer. I'm not going to read the paper to you. During this stream, Phantom was working on those trees I was showing you, and he was getting low on leaves. So I logged in. I wasn't even on the server, and I logged in and went and got him some leaves and brought them to him. And he says, "Thank you, Liv, for the leaves. I hope you didn't wear out your sleeves while you gathered just for me and didn't get stung by a bee. Thank you, Liv, for the leaves." I love that so much. There was a chest by the mailboxes that said free muffins, and somebody has taken these and renamed them blueberry muffins. So I will be putting that in an item frame, both of those, the book from Phantom and the muffin. Those are both going to go in item frames on my end. Of course, Princesses run off on my memory wall. My memory wall is getting quite full. The people here are just so sweet and so thoughtful, and it's so easy. Aha! Aha! I see the culprit. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Get out of the flowers. Phantom's gonna have a fit eating his flowers. It is so pretty. So pretty. And this part with the arches and stuff, I've seen this multiple times, and it's still, I come out here and I'm just like, wow. I love it. So beautiful. But anyway, so yeah, that's story time with Liv. And in Phantom's thank you note, his poetry. You know, you find a server where you like the people, and that's awesome. And you have fun. And then, if you're super lucky, you find a server where you connect with those people and they become family. Oh my gosh, this is what I was really. I think it's that trap door that causes me problems. I think that's it. Anyway, we're just gonna wrap it up here. That wasn't really much of an episode, I guess. Just kind of a show and tell and a story time, but it is what it is. I'm not really sure what we're gonna work on next. Actually, this would be a real good time to work on the crops. I really would like to get back to the house and plant some fields. But I think I'm going to have to do some clearing first. Sure. Really not sure what we're going to work on next time. I will have to figure that out. But for now, I'm going to say thank you. Your time is valuable. Your time is a gift. And anytime you share it, that's exactly what it is. It's a gift. You don't get a refund. You can't take it back. You can't exchange it for something else. Once you've spent your time, it's gone forever. Those moments are gone. So, whether you've spent 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, with me, I am grateful and I say thank you. And we will see you later.